Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be going over quite a bit of information in this video for the upcoming Valentine's event. So as you can see here, the shiny spoink for the Pokemon Spotlight Hour. I didn't leave my house and I was able to get a shiny on my first tap. So here are a look of the shinies as well as the new Pokemon we're going to be getting for the Valentine's event. And for the Happiny, the shiny variant is going to be kind of a little bit light pink compared to the other one. So let's go ahead and go over this. So we have the Lickitung Raid Hour, which is going to be taking place on February 15th from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. your local time, in which you're going to be receiving 5 free raid passes. In order to get those, you have to make sure to use the current free raid pass you do have so that you can continue on and get the next one once you do go into the next gym. Taking a look at all the Pokemon that we're going to be getting in the 7km eggs, we have Lickitung Porygon, yet to be released shiny, because I do believe they are going to be releasing that for possibly a community day. Like I've been talking about for a while now, I think Porygon is going to get a community day, and that community day move on Porygon Z is going to be Tri-Attack. And then we have Cleffa, Igglybuff, Tyrogue, Smoochums, Love Disc, Happiny, or Happiny, however you like to say it, Audino, and Olomola. So the Valentine's event itself is going to be taking place February 14th at 8 a.m. until February 17th at 10 p.m. your local time. And this is going to be the introduction of shiny Happiny as well as shiny Chaney that can be found in the wild. As far as Lickitung, we're going to get a raid hour for that, which is going to be taking place February 15th at 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. your local time, in which every single raid, for the most part, is going to have a Lickitung raid. And then you're going to get those 5 free raid passes. And then we're going to also be getting these Love Disc clothing items, which honestly, I want the slippers. I really want the Giovanni kind of loafers. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get those next month. So that's going to be fun. We're also going to be getting those 6-hour lures. So make sure you get those lures going if you are stacked up on those. As far as the tasks are concerned, we have defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts for a Chaney, which can now be shiny possibly. Hatch 3 eggs for a Lickitung. Catch 3 Love Discs for a Olomola, evolve a Hoppip for a Cherubi, and then catch 5 Slowpoke or Whismur for 1,000 Stardust. So there you have your Valentine's Day tasks. So make sure you get ready. I think the best one to go for is going to be defeat 3 Team Go Rocket Grunts, which is going to take a bit of time, but it's not so difficult and too time consuming for that possibly shiny Chaney, which is going to be quite amazing. Now we're going to be taking a little bit more of an in-depth look at Lick at the end of this video, but regarding the Lickitung Raid Day, what it's going to actually get is going to possibly be shiny, as well as having the move Body Slam. So Body Slam is going to be a great addition to its moveset, and when you do evolve it, Niantic has confirmed here that it will maintain that move when you do evolve it into Lick. And take a look at Audino here, and we'll also be looking at Olomola. This is what they look like in Pokemon Go, because this event has begun in certain parts of the world. Now, if you do have a Lickitung right now and you're like, okay, I'm just going to save it for this whole raid day and evolve it and get Body Slam on my Lick, I'm pretty sure it's going to have to maintain that move, so you're going to actually have to catch it in the raid. Now, these are going to be the raids that we will be seeing during this Valentine's event. So as far as the tier 1s, there's nothing really that I need to pursue. I still need Clink as a shiny, so I may do a couple of those. As far as the tier 2s, we have Magneton, Alolan Exeggutor, Lickitung, Electabuzz, Miltank, and Mawile. So I could always use another shiny Mawile, but as far as any of those other ones, I'm not really too concerned. For the tier 3s, as you can see here, kind of the usual lineup: Alolan Raichu, Arcanine, Machamp going strong always, Aerodactyl, Flaffy, and then Pillow-Swine. For the tier 4s, we have Alolan Marowak, Galarian Weezing, Rhydon, Chansey, which is probably going to be the biggest pursued raid because it can possibly be shiny, which you cannot solo, by the way, at that tier 4, Tyranitar and Excadrill. And yes, you cannot solo Chansey even in cloudy weather. And then of course the EX raid and legendary raid maintain. Now take a look at the shiny evolved Castforms. There is no shiny Castform for these evolutions in the main series or in Pokemon Go, but they are going to be introduced with Pokemon Home, folks. So our next step here in the video is going to be talking about Pokemon Home, in which I did download. Now, there is no interaction with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Home yet, and there is a bit of bad news as well. So if you do play the main series, this is going to be a nice addition to your collection. To actually transfer Pokemon from the main series into this, I do believe it's going to require some sort of subscription, and you're going to have to actually pay, but that's nothing new because their older service and where you had to put Pokemon in a storage in their server actually did cost money, in which I actually had one myself, and I still do have it. So basically, Pokemon Go, what is it going to do for you? Well, nothing really, unless you play the main series games. So let's go ahead and take a look at a chart here. I know this looks pretty complicated, right? So if you look at the Pokemon Home logo at the top, kind of right, above that you see Pokemon Go. So you can transfer them into Pokemon Home, basically a storage. But for the Pokemon X and Y, it looks like you're going to be able to transfer them back and forth. Is same with Sword and Shield. So unfortunately, putting Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Home is not going to allow you to bring them back, but you're going to be able to transfer them to other games. So that might actually be pretty interesting. If you're stacked up on shinies and you're transferring them, this might be a good way for you to kind of relieve your inventory in Pokemon Go without actually transferring them 100%. So, you know, I'd really like to see kind of like an external storage for Pokemon Go, but they're not going to do that. Unfortunately, this is a kind of an external storage, but you're not going to be able to transfer them back. So what is the point? So if you're only playing Pokemon Go, this is probably not going to interest you too much. But as we've seen before this, we're going to see the introduction of the evolution of for the Castforms become shiny for the first time in the main series games and in Pokemon Go. This may have some sort of connection. So you may just want to download this app just for the heck of it, get used to it and see what's going on with it, but don't really do too much of it if you're just playing this for Pokemon Go. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Lickitung here. It is going to be a normal type with a max CP of 2467. Now this is going to be a fantastic Pokemon to get to best buddies. I'm actually waiting to do that for myself because I want to do it with a shiny. We're going to have an attack of 161, defense 181, and stamina 242. Its only weakness is going to be fighting, and it's also going to be resisting ghost. Its quick moves are going to be Lick and Zen Headbutt. You're definitely going to want to be going with Lick, folks, for sure. This is nothing you're going to really want to use to go up against raids. This is going to be I'm not going to say strictly PvP Pokemon, but 98% for PvP, right? Especially in the Ultra League. And then we're going to have for the charge moves Hyper Beam, Earthquake, Solar Beam, and Shadow Ball. So that's pretty neat, as well as Body Slam. So personally, I think you should go with Body Slam and Earthquake. You could go with Body Slam and Shadow Ball. So you're going to have coverage for those ghost types with that Lick and Shadow Ball, and then Body Slam to spam anything else. But you may want to go with Lick and Body Slam. So that's looking pretty good for Lickitung. Now let's go ahead and compare Snorlax to it because they're looking very similar. And then we're actually going to put them against each other to see how they're going to perform head to head. So they're both going to be a normal type. The only difference is Lickitung is going to be able to max out at level 40 in the Ultra League, more ideal, right? When it comes to the Snorlax, it's going to be more optimal in the Master League, seeing that it maxes out at 3225. That doesn't say that it's not going to perform great in the Ultra League because it is still going to do fantastic with a max CP of 3225 and attack of 190, which is above Lickitung, right? Now let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of simulations here on PvP Poke. Always links in the description to all the images that were used as well as the websites here. So in a 2-shield scenario, Lickitung is going to be able to beat Giratina altered form. Now, if it was to get a boost, I'm sure it would be able to pull up a little bit better, but that is the boost and there is a small chance. So with a 1-shield scenario, Lickitung obviously still winning here. And this is not even with Shadow Ball. This is with Lick and Body Slam and Earthquake. As you can see, there is an Earthquake in there. All right, so without baiting shields, just going straight Earthquake, Lickitung is still going to be able to pull up. So I just want to show you guys the potential of this thing here. Going up against the Origin form, Lickitung is going to easily be taking the win here because the only thing that thing has is Ghost type moves, and Lickitung resists that being the normal. Now going up against Registeel, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. As you can see, it's going to be winning quite significantly. Now let's take off that bait and see what happens here. Lickitung is actually going to be able to win there if they straight go for the Focus Blast and you shield it up. So it's looking to be a pretty fantastic Pokemon, folks. So you definitely want to get out there and do this raid hour if you're looking for that shiny and Body Slam. If you're not into PvP, I mean, you're still going to want to get the shiny, right? Still going to get those 5 free raid passes, so you might as well not miss out and go ahead and go out there and try to find yourself. Okay, so this is what it's going to be looking like, the matchups here for it. So Giratina, Mew, Cresselia, Armored Mewtwo. Ampharos, funny enough, is it's going to be good against it. And of course the fighting types, because, well, they're just fighting types. And one more thing before I let you guys go. Apparently this new update on Android, not too sure about iOS, is not letting you log in, so be wary of that. With that said, traders, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.